Welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a graduation card. I don't do many cards whatsoever, and I obviously then don't record them, but I decided to make this card for a graduation party and record it for you because I am using the Close to My Heart shaker, the star shaker, and so I wanted to kind of highlight that. It was my first time using that, and so you are going to quite honestly see me struggle. I am using the card bases from Close to My Heart, and then the black cardstock, and then a paper from the Marty Pants collection. That is a little bit older collection. There's only bits and pieces left at this point. So the base of my card is done with those 2 pieces of paper. And then I had cut out 2 of the stars here using my manual die cutting machine. With this, I did actually buy the foam tape and the acetate. So that was already cut out in the star shape for me. So I used my tacky glue for that. The first little struggle was that the acetate wanted to slide. So I guess I should have just used tape for that. Now, my second issue was actually getting the foam tape to line up properly. When I put the black star on the white star, I realized that it's almost not universal, each of the points, I guess. And so I had to figure out how to actually line that up. And I feel like I kind of maybe struggled with that with the foam tape as well a little bit. But here was the big struggle. When I took the backing off of the foam tape, I got stuck and my sequins went everywhere. I was getting so frustrated. I kind of wanted to give up. I'm not going to lie. But you can see that I'm struggling, and every time my finger gets stuck, more sequins falls out of the middle piece. It was kind of a headache. And then trying to get that kind of lined up as well, I had to make sure that it was lined up. I do end up having to trim, I think, the white piece a little bit, and move the foam over a little bit as well. I ended up using some heart sequins from Felicity Jane, I think. They just happen to be black, gold, and white. I might have added some other gold sequins I had in my stash in there as well. My cousin's daughter graduated and she's going to Purdue, so I figured I would kind of stick with that color scheme and do the black and gold. So I hope I'm going to do kind of the banner. This was another struggle. So my gold shimmer brush, I don't know. Maybe I needed to shake it better before I started to use it because it did not come out really gold looking. I tried it on the front and it just kind of saturated my paper. It will dry and it was okay, but it wasn't completely gold. So that was another frustration. Again, I don't do cards very often, but I do use these products often. So it was kind of, I don't know, just frustrating. So I am lining up the word I want, which is grad. I'm using a Close to My Heart font, and I'm just going to use the black here. And then I'm going to use I think it's called the Memo. It's a lot smaller font, and I am going to then line that up and kind of put that right above the grad. I actually do really like this part, but then I end up messing this part up as well. I don't know. I think I was maybe just trying to hurry and things just weren't really going the way I wanted them to. But once I get this done, I am going to dovetail each of the ends. And you can see I'm kind of trying to line it up just to make sure that it will fit kind of where I want it. And actually fit on the page. I did end up, because I hadn't used that font yet, I did practice first just to make sure that all the letters were inked before I committed to the final stamp, I guess. So I did trim that down, and then, like I said, I'm going to dovetail that, and then I realized this is white, and it's going on a primarily white background. So I tried to figure out how to make this stand out, and after my frustration with the gold shimmer brush, you would have thought I would have learned maybe that I shouldn't be using this shimmer brush, but I didn't, and I decided to try to use the shimmer brush around the outside. I thought it would look cute if there was a gold kind of inking around the entire, I don't know, title there. I don't know what to call it. It's not a sticker. So I set that aside because that needs to dry big time. And I was sent this stamp from my upline, and I thought it was the perfect sentiment for a graduation card. And it's be who you are, do what you love, and go where your heart leads you. I just thought that was perfect for somebody kind of leaving the house for the first time and going off on their own. So I did end up stamping that. You can see that I struggled because I had bent my card already, and so it didn't want to lay flat for me to stamp that. So once I did that, I go back to my title and realize that the gold just did not come off like I wanted it to. So I did try to kind of pass that on the stamp, kind of drag that on the stamp there, and I got the top and the bottom, but then realized I couldn't really get into the dovetail there, and so I will have a solution for that at the end, but I was kind of frustrated at that point with how it was. I did get that cap from a Simple Stories collection. I just thought it was a perfect little addition to the card, and then I found some gold kind of stars that I add to that. And then here's where I find that solution to get that to pop off of the page a little bit more. However, it was still wet, and so the pen didn't want to kind of lay flush against that paper there. So I was getting a little frustrated there as well. Again, this card was a little frustrating to put together. I do like the end look of it. And so I just added or moved one of those stars up to cover up the kind of smudge on the title, and then did end up adding some gold splatters in the inside, and at that point the gold worked. You can really see the gold here on the inside, the front not so much. But I hope you guys enjoyed this card, and I will link the shaker down below if it's still available, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.